There's a corner of the market that sounds intimidating, almost forbidden, and that most beginners are told to simply avoid. Options. And honestly, that advice is not bad. But you should still understand what they are, because they quietly shape the whole market, and one of their uses can actually protect the stocks you already own. So today, options explained simply and honestly, with all the warnings attached. Let's start with a single core idea. An option is a contract that gives you the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell a stock at a fixed price by a fixed date. Read that again. The right, but not the obligation. You are buying a choice, not a commitment. And for that choice, you pay a small upfront fee called the premium. 3 numbers define every option. The strike, which is the fixed price you have locked in. The expiration, which is the deadline by which you must decide. And the premium, the price you pay to hold this right. Lock those 3 words in. Strike, expiration, premium. Everything else is built on them. Now, there are exactly 2 flavors of option, and the whole world divides into these 2. A call and a put. Get these straight, and you understand half of options already. A call option is the right to buy a stock at the strike price. You buy a call when you think the price is going up. If the stock rockets above your strike, you can still buy it at the cheaper locked-in price and pocket the difference. A call is a bet on a rise. A put option is the mirror image, the right to sell a stock at the strike price. You buy a put when you think the price is going down or when you want protection. If the stock crashes, you can still sell at your higher locked-in strike. A put is a bet on a fall or an insurance policy against one. Here is the feature that makes options so seductive. Your loss as a buyer is strictly limited to the premium you paid, no matter how wrong you are. But your potential gain can be many times that premium. Pay a little, risk only that little, and control a large position. That asymmetry is the entire attraction, and it comes from leverage. A single option contract controls 100 shares. So for the small price of 1 premium, you get the price exposure of 100 shares. That magnifies your gains spectacularly when you are right. But do not let that word magnifies fool you, because it magnifies the failure too, just in a different way. Here is how it bites. Most options expire worthless, because there is a silent killer built into every option called time decay. Every single day that passes, an option loses a little value, melting away as expiration approaches, like an ice cube in the sun. This means you can be completely right about the direction, the stock can even move your way, and you can still lose money because time ran out the clock on you. With options, you must be right about direction and timing and speed all at once. So why would a sensible long-term investor ever touch them? There are really only 2 respectable reasons. The first is protection. If you own a stock you love but fear a short-term crash, you can buy a put as insurance. If the stock falls, the put gains value and cushions the blow, exactly like paying for insurance on your house. You hope you never need it. The second respectable use is income through a strategy called a covered call. If you own at least 100 shares of a stock, you can sell a call against them and collect the premium as cash today. In exchange, you agree to sell your shares if they rise above the strike. It is a way to squeeze a little income from stocks you already hold, with its own trade-offs. These 2, the protective put and the covered call, are the grown-up conservative corner of options. Now the honest warnings, and they are serious. Everything else in options, all the pure speculation, the buying of cheap far-out calls hoping to get rich quick, is where the vast majority of retail traders lose their money steadily and predictably. Options are a professional's tool. The math is unforgiving, and time is always against the buyer. This episode is education, not a suggestion to go trade them. And the through line you already know. The calm, long-term index investor needs not a single option, ever. No calls, no puts, no premiums, no expiration dates. They buy the broad market and hold, and the entire stressful, ticking clock world of options simply does not touch their lives. So now you understand the forbidden corner. An option is the right, not the obligation, to buy or sell at a strike, by an expiration, for a premium. Calls bet on up, puts bet on down, or protect. Your loss is capped at the premium, but time decay quietly bleeds you, and most options expire worthless. Respect the protective put and the covered call, Treat everything else as a casino, and remember the index investor walks right past the whole table. I'll see you in the next one, where we tackle the 3 times leverage funds. Until then, keep it simple and respect the ticking clock.